J'invite maintenant Claudia Larcher, la réalisatrice de Self. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning.
Your film is the second film in the competition this year who has the skin as the topic. There was also a film by Nicolas Brault, Squam. I don't know if you had the opportunity to saw it.
Not yet.
Not yet. And in this film, you use the skin as a material. It's always delicate, I think, to use a part of the body as a material. So it could be delicate to use the body of somebody else. So did you use your own skin to do the film? Did you film yourself?
No, not at all. No, I chose two people, male and female.
Okay.
That was important for me, and then I mixed it. So I didn't want to have this very sexualized view on a certain kind of body. So I tried to create somehow a common body or common self, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And it was also important for you to create a certain confusion on which part of the core, which part of the body are we looking at a certain point of the film, because you naturally, when we watch a film like yours, we ask yourself, okay, what I'm looking at exactly, and you always play with this, I think.
That's right. I like that to play with expectations. So I think you expect certain things to happen. Also because I use a technique that seems to be kind of a real image, or kind of this camera movement that could be real. But then I like to have these moments of where you don't really know, is it reality or is it fiction? So I think also with the manipulation of pictures in our times, it's you really have to be very careful to about if a picture is real or not, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Is the body at the core of your entire works, or is it specific to this piece of work?
It's specific for this piece. Usually I use architecture for my work, and somehow it was kind of logic to use the own body architecture now for a film.
Is there another version of this film? I mean, a gallery version, because when I watched it, I said to myself, it could be a kind of installation with another kind of screen, or so is it a film and just a film, or it exists also in another version?
Actually, there is also a gallery version, because my background is fine arts. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's always difficult to decide, is it a film for a movie theater or for a gallery? In this case, I wanted to create a loop, because it works as a loop as well, that you kind of build this image of this body as a three-dimensional thing. Mm-hmm. So it works in movie theater as well as in the gallery, I guess.
Questions from the audience? Yeah.
Thank you very much for this very impressive work. But coming back to your question about the installation, I was wondering, because I was very much packed, because I thought this is very brave to show it as a screening in a cinema where you have time limits and you just have to focus on it. And I was very thankful for this, because I had the feeling also there's a very well thought structure in this film. You have this break where everything gets out of focus, the soundscape changes, and in the beginning it's quite okay, but then you realize, no, it's different bodies. So can you explain something about the structuring and the soundscapes, and also why is it difficult for you to make a difference between a loop and a presentation in a cinema where you have a starting point and an ending point?
Well, I try. Of course, I decided to have kind of these kind of narrative structure for the cinema version. So it's quite abstract, my script, I have to say. So it was more about like the surface. It was also for me the question, skin, is it a border or is it kind of transparent or translucent? And then kind of have this movement and to have like these narrative peak and go back quite fast again. The soundscape is really important because in this case I worked with a composer, Konstantin Popp, who I work with for the last 8 years, I guess. And I didn't want to illustrate what you see, but kind of have these contrasts. So you imagine something different what you see. So I think it's quite inspiring, maybe. And I really have video works that work in the theater because they have kind of a narration. In this case, it's a hybrid, maybe, because for me, I was not sure if I wanted to have a start and a beginning, so I kind of solved it with the titles, I guess. But yeah.
You told about your composer. So did you work with a composer or also with a sound designer, or is it the same person?
It's the same person.
It's the same person.
So there were 2 people involved in this project. Sometimes I do the sound by myself, but in this case, because it's a 5.1 version too, yeah. So I didn't have the skills. So
okay.
I also
and did you let the composer completely free, or you have very precise ideas of what you want to?
In this case, for this project, I really had precise ideas. So I recorded sounds by myself, and because he lives in Manchester, we only Skyped, and I proposed material, and he kind of records it and created the soundscape. But we are really in contact, so we really talk about the process a lot.
Another question? Yep, in the back.
For me, at the first sight, it was not so evident what is animated. Maybe you can explain what was the material.
Okay.
And I talk about the animation process.
So actually, it's a photo animation. It's like animated photographies that I use this technique of photo collage that I animate, and in I think I used around 5 video parts, but that are not actually full frame video, but they are kind of fragmented video parts in the collage. Difficult to explain.
Claudia Larcher, thank you very much.
Thank you.